as it were. So, yeah, you might notice this is a bit different from last time. It's actually the first time that I think that's happened in this run. So, kind of long and short of it, a few days ago, well, a few days ago I had a bit of a cold. Long story short, I didn't realize that Comcast had decided to be kind of funky that day until a few hours into the thing, and so, yeah, this is a bit later than it was last time. Now, I will say, I'd actually gotten a decent bit further than this. This is the oldest save that I have from that whole thing, so this is before. I guess I should probably explain what I'm going for here. I was saying last time, this whole trying to stick around till endgame thing, kind of a fool's errand. We're just going to end up dying. Also, if I am coughing a little bit this time, I apologize. Not really much can be helped with that. Obviously, festive cheer gets spread around pretty dang quickly, and yeah, unfortunately came down with something. So anyway, what I was going for here is that, yeah, we're not sticking around for Phase 4, because screw that noise. Ended up getting completely and thoroughly demolished by that last time. So, the plan is simple. We go here, they built a base, we wait for a supply ship to hit it, and then it turns into a fortress, and then we raid that mess, and yeah, walk around all singing and dancing. Now, you might be saying, oh wait, you're still running Phase 2 equipment for the most part. Surely this can't possibly work. And well, for as far as I actually got into that fort raid, because I was a decent way into the dang thing before I realized that I was basically talking to the void. Yeah, no, actually it went perfectly fine. The plasma throwers are just, yeah, them suckers will just destroy it. It's kind of comical. Now I will say we're about to basically lose a base here. There's really not much that these guys can do. There's not really any kind of planes that I can send out to go deal with this. Yes, this is a lot of planes, but I'll just show you. Like, these are the best, well, some of the best that I've got. We're at a point now where I can sort of do okay damage to those things. I've actually gotten a few more hunters with focus blasts going, and those things they're kind of the equivalent of your basic jets with mag storms and vanilla, I'd say. But yeah, I've gotten a decent bit more firepower and all that going, but not really enough to take down one of those yet. I think it's theoretically possible, because I did manage to get one of them to about 65%, but still, it's just not really worth pursuing. So I'm just going to go ahead and have these guys leave. If I randomly go and mute, it's because I've got that cough going. It's annoying because I haven't felt sick for a couple days, but such is life. But this is why I said they're very similar to those fusion missiles there. We're getting them to almost dead. Then we can just turn around and hit them with the auto-resolve kill there. So, you might be wondering what the actual results were of that base raid, because it was something... You know what, actually we'll let the other squad take care of it, because I just want to show this off, because it's hilarious. Alright. You see this right here, these little mini-mines? Yeah, this mess is amazing. Actually, let me double-check the video's working, first of all. That might have been something to do so far. But yeah, we don't even have to get remotely close to this thing. I didn't realize how friggin' amazing those were up until that thing that I mentioned where we got it 65%. It's largely because of this team right here. I think they managed to get like 30% of that damage, give or take. Anyway. So yeah, literally with these mines and all that, they're just going to be firing them away the entire time. Might as well have them scatter at this point. I'd prefer to have them up in the air for later stuff. But yeah, basically the premise at this point is not to not even really bother taking any more ground missions. There's just really no point. Which, yes, I guess the point would be to go and try to get more, more equipment, more stuff to research and all that. Functionally speaking, there's only 2 missions that we need to actually beat the game at this point. Which A is the fortress raid to get the Praetor, and B is the actual final battle there. And there goes some islands. Oh, Alright, cool. They managed to survive it, so good. Good, good, good. Because they kind of all missed last time, so... Well, whatever. It's not like we really need it again anyway. I can probably just skip the rest of these. Okay, Gauss Shotgun Mark III is finished. See, the thing is, like I said, we don't need to take these ground raids. There's something that Sharon mentioned a while ago that... okay, let me take a step back here. So, back in Phase 2, I was saying this whole plan of, we get to Phase 3, do that whole base raid thing, we hop up to Phase 4, it'll be this whole cool thing. And that's ultimately what, the plan that I ended up going back to here. But I wasn't so sure about it once we hit Phase 3, because I was thinking, okay, I'm seeing some stuff that's already resisting the flamethrowers, so, what will happen if we try to actually do more with this? And so, I was umming and ahhing and all that kind of thing. And then he was mentioning something a little while ago that was it him or Dagar? I don't know. It was one of y'all folks that comment on this stuff. But anyway, over on the YouTube side. So, yeah, when I was taking a look at it, which actually I need two. Do I want 4 knives? I think 2 knives should do it. Maybe 4 for safety. Anywho, it was one of them folks that was saying it. But yeah, that I keep taking fights and not really getting much out of them. And yeah, that's basically been the thing. We keep going into fights where you lose resources. Even one person lost is like 30, 40 alloys lost. We're getting maybe 20 or something from the actual ship. So we're not doing so great as far as all that stuff goes. But then was reevaluating where all the resources are going, and I keep going for like Predator suits and Direwolf. And why on earth have I been going for Direwolf? Because here's the thing, I can't believe I didn't notice this earlier, right? 70-70, 50-50, really nice view cone, has the ability to fly, can move really far. Yes, they have increased TU costs, but functionally speaking, they can still move farther than somebody in Direwolf. Put somebody in Direwolf, they can move like 10 tiles or something, right? This is like Xeno 2 in its early versions, where you just could barely move at all. 65, 80, 25, 25. Okay, so they're nigh immune to energy. They can still use their hands. They're okay on kinetic, but again, they're basically losing out on incendiary, chemical, and kinetic by the looks of it. So yeah, they're basically just defending against energy. So if we're going against robots or something, maybe. Then we go to the Predator, 90, 70, 55, 45. This is actually surprisingly, I was expecting this to be a little bit higher when I was double checking it. Yeah, 90, 70, 55, 45. So this actually has less chemical armor than the Sentinel. About the same as far as incendiary goes. Ooh, definitely not that. Kinetic and energy, obviously a decent bit higher, but not that much, surprisingly. It's 90 more kinetic, which it turns out will be a little bit more useful. So we're still using Predator suits, but it's just kind of surprising. So, what I was noticing when doing all this air game stuff here, is that it's the same thing that was around last time. If I go and shoot down a bunch of ooh, crap, I just did that whole stuttering screen thing again, sorry about that. If I shoot down anything with fighter escorts, which is basically everything at this point, it's 12 alloys per thing that gets shot down. Meanwhile, doing the actual UFO raid gives you maybe 20. So you're better off just shooting down the escorts and doing the airstrike thing at this point. There's no need, unless getting new research, to go in and, do the actual missions. So, like I said, we're just setting up for the space raid at this point. Ridiculously long tangent aside, I've been putting up a team with some better TUs here. I want TUs and HP. Because what I learned from the base raid last time, even though it was basically a success, I wasn't allowed... Well, okay, technically speaking, yes, I could have used that save, but... Wait, sorry. Anyway, alright, back. I could have used that save, sure. But I'm pretty sure somebody would have called BS if I just went and suddenly popped up in the middle of the end of a base raid, like, oh yeah, look, just teleported in right next to this Praetor here. So yeah, that would have been pretty anticlimactic and annoying, quite frankly. So yeah, we're doing this from the earliest save that I got. But yeah, I think this time we can maybe learn from some mistakes from that one. Because yeah, it turns out the Praetors are tough as hell, like ridiculously tough. Thankfully, two of them spawned because I accidentally vaporized the dang thing trying to catch it. But yeah, they've got like 1,500 health. Like, must be like 100 something armor. Like, it took I think 7 mag shotty rounds to actually break its armor. And then yeah, accidentally roasted the thing trying to hit something else with a flamethrower. But there was a second one right behind it, and that ended up taking out 2 people off counterfire. It's like, it's nuts. Them things are just a friggin' boss fight, which, okay, good. You know, that's how it should be. So, I mean, like, ultimately we ended up getting the thing with a shock cannon, I think it was. Definitely want more shotguns, though. That's for dang sure. And actually, that's what I need to do here. Because that would have made that so much faster. The shock cannon took way too many shots, because I think the one that ultimately went down, I think it was like 2 plasma thrower sprays, plus 3 shock charges, which didn't seem to do very much. Actually, I think it resisted them outright, at which point, well, I mean, I guess it was one flamethrower thing, because I didn't realize that the stupid thing would be waiting outside the door, so I thought it was something else. I was just like, there's a thing, shoot at it. Oh, wait, it's making fancy noises. But then before that, there was another noise, so it would have been, let's see, it was a plasma charge, plus a flamethrower shot, plus an accidental flamethrower shot, plus 3 shock charges, which it resisted, plus, I don't know how long we were shooting at it with the friggin' shock cannon. It had like 2 shots left, but yeah, it was a while. But yeah. Any dang ways. Yeah, that thing only did like 30 damage at a time, so probably we would have just completely run out of ammo at that time. But this is not that timeline. Thank you, Comcast. Yeah, they just randomly were like, oh yeah, your payment, where is that? Like, well, it's right here. Here it is on the statement. Like, it's not showing up on our end. I guess we got to investigate it. Can you email that to us? It's like, well, you turned off my internet, so I'm not sure how exactly you plan to have me do that. Like, oh, it's okay, you can just email it to us. Like, yeah, but you turned off our internet, so... Anywho, it took several hours, and ultimately got taken care of, so blah. Okay, what do we need for this? 5 alloys per... I mean, yeah, we can make 2 of them. We can probably bring 2 along. My loadout choice for this is going to seem a little bit weird, but we were bringing a hell of a lot of shotguns. A ton of flamethrowers. Basically, we're bringing shotguns, flamethrowers, charge through the base, annihilate everything, just complete scorched earth policy on everything. We don't really need their stuff. I actually had a hilarious thing happen that like 7 dudes just ran up and sat in front of my tank for some reason. I just had it sitting in a doorway that I thought was a door, but it was just a little hallway. They just keep running up like, yep, that's a tank. Just blown the hell away, so... Weird times, weird times. Alright, knife is done. Yeah, our alloys are pretty low. We should have all the shock charges we need. Oh, actually there was one more thing I had in here as well. Where was it? I didn't realize that these... Ooh, what's this? Oh yeah, I didn't realize the advanced flash grenades only took cash, which we have in pretty freaking ample supply at this point. Considering that, yeah, even terror missions, like I skipped a couple of them, and all we really need to do is, like, they give you maybe 200,000 penalty, but we're getting more than that from every ship that gets shot down at this point, so, you know, it's fine. It's kind of bizarre how fine that is, actually. I'm assuming that it isn't nearly that way on other difficulties, but, you know, such is life. Now, yeah, New Year's Eve, I'm pretty sure there aren't going to be that many people around, so I wouldn't expect a whole lot of that going on. Let's see, advanced smoke, heavy smoke takes that. Let's just make a bunch of advanced smoke. Not that I saw it making much of a difference last time, mind you. It seemed to do practically nothing. It seemed like they were perfectly happy sniping everybody through everything. Which is fine, that's to be expected. I mean, the armor kinda sorta works. The only stuff that didn't really work was their ballistic stuff. Everything else was usually taking people out for most of their health, which, again, is to be expected. That's why I went for the flamethrower strategy. We don't really have any effective armor against it. Also, I've been putting together a lot of hunters. I actually found out I had some Phase 1 UFOs that I hadn't ripped apart yet, so that was pretty neat. Nice little thing to find. Can I have you rip apart anything for cores? I think I've already taken care of most of these. Because, yeah, I just did a whole bunch of engineering stuff, basically, during this time. What that doesn't really give us anything. Yeah, there were 2 scouts, I think, before this point. I think it's 2. Fairly certain it was 2. So we got through those. Nothing really too amazing or special there. Actually, there was one that was hilarious because it was that one farm map where you can just basically blow out the fence and then just, like, shoot directly through it. And I really like that particular one just because, you have that one defensive tile. But then if you've got flamethrowers and a bunch of people in power armor and stuff like that, you can just walk into the flames and just, like, shoot into the UFO from the second round. It's like, yeah, that's a good map. That's why you always go for that fence if it's there, just in case it's that one. Do I want another... I made some SMGs. All of this will make sense in a little bit, because it's going to seem really bizarre for a little bit what's going on here. Have I ever mentioned that colds are terrible and very annoying? Because they're terrible and very annoying. Also, what I find funny is that the plasma thrower is under all this stuff, but the actual actually, where was it? Was it here? No, that should be plasma. Why is it not? Where is it? Yeah, Gauss and plasma thrower. It's weird that the plasma thrower is over here, not under flamethrowers. But, well, I suppose they're supposed to be gotten at the same time. So, okay. As far as suits go, I have 10 Sentinel suits. I needed more Predator suits, but I think most of them are used at this point. 2. Do I really only have 2? Surely that ain't right. Hold on. Where did all my Predator suits go? Huh. Alright, well, let's do a quick little re-inventory here. Because I'm suddenly not very worried about the rest of my bases. So, let's go ahead and check our categories here. Go down to armor. Alright. Yeah, 4 wolf suits. Let's go ahead and transfer those wolf suits. Because I basically just want anything at all in this base right now. There will be some weird things going on. I will say that much. Because if this first team doesn't succeed, I'll probably just send them all in Sentinel suits. If they don't succeed, I need to have another one ready to go right away. Basically, this is one of those we get it done now, or the run basically just goes. I'm sure we'd be able to come back and all that, but just one way or another, it seems like that's where this is looking right now. Let's see, you got any armor? Just because, yeah, I kept looking at this over and over, and if somebody feels like going and getting all engrossed in all of the interesting situations of Phase 4 and not focus on winning at all, you know what, more power to them. But I'd prefer to, just kind of win the game. And right now we have the options to do so. So there we go, there's 2 of those Predator suits. Why can't you transfer them exactly? You're already using them? Yeah, you go down to basic. What about these unassigned people? Wait, am I accidentally transferring stuff to these bases? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, transfer to Nerves Concord. Where am armor? Oh, right, I'm looking at the wrong category, that's why. Alright. Armor and shields. No, they do have 2 Predator suits, so... Yeah, now it's fine. What gives? What was that about? Yeah, I'm just going to send all the armor over, because it's probably not going to do very much if the space gets attacked. They should hopefully all have enough enough stuff on hand, or enough guns on hand that, like the base guns, that there really shouldn't be any realistic possibility for anything to hit them. Especially if most of the time they're landing already damaged. Alright, this base has nothing. And I know this is going to be a little bit, little bit tedious. Sorry for the cough. As we go through all this. But there's only 4 more bases to go. So gotta do a little bit of busy work here. Alright. I don't think this one even has any armor. It's got some jackal suits. Alright, let's get those transferred back to base. Oh, do not sell them. Alright. Transfer. I think this is when somebody ends up coming in later and telling me something along the lines of, oh, you accidentally mark them as, like, sellable items when you hit sell. Though I really wish that transfer was the default option here. Really feels like it should be. Now, you might be thinking, why on earth would you just send people in jackal suits? What the hell is that going to do? The jackals, at least for whatever it's worth, would protect them from ballistic stuff somewhat. And actually, that's another thing that I didn't really pick up on, that I was just kind of realizing lately. When it comes to the actual overall balance of the thing, it didn't click in my head. Specifically when they said, the direwolf is the latest version of the wolf armor and all that kind of thing. It's basically what the wolf armor was in the base game. That it's just, you can still use your hands, it's a reasonably heavy armor, but it's, yeah, you're not going to be carrying very much. And there we go, nothing at those bases. So that'll be that. Everyone's got their busy work assigned. Transport arrives to Nerves Concord base. Goody, goody, goody. So suddenly everyone has armor. I believe we should build another Predator suit. And then we should be all good to go. Probably go ahead and put the order in for like 6 of those things. Since I do expect most of the team going to get the Praetor to get knocked out. Yeah, okay, we can't make another shotgun. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. We're going to shoot down more things in just a little bit to get more alloys. So we're basically just going for the hunters. Everything else can get shot down if it's convenient. Otherwise, who cares? Alright, construction. We don't really need another one up there, so that's fine. That one we'll have to deal with. That one doesn't matter. Alright. So we don't need another construction ship. So go ahead and take care of that. So we've already got one base. We don't need more than that. And these 3 can take care of it. What's this one up to? Bombing run. We can just leave it. We can go take out the fighters, but other than that, no big whoop. Really, no matter what happens here, if the fighters are taken care of, we win. Like, it seems a weird thing to say given the circumstances. Also, sorry for moving the map with my mouse again. That's a no-no. Alright, just go deal with this for the extra money. Because, like, right now, I think there was a terror mission failed this month, and it's 318,000 anyway. In the positive, I mean. Alright, this guy thinks he's funny, so we'll just go ahead and send these 3 out against it. Research cruiser. Alright. Go send the A-team after it. Scout, except it's a missile corvette. Then the medium shuttle. We can just go ahead and send some hunters after it. Sometimes the hunters can actually get 100% auto-resolve, which is pretty awesome. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and go this way, slow it down a little bit. Supply ship can do whatever it wants. As soon as it lands, we're going to send the murder ferry out after it. But we want to eat these hunters. Alright. We're all going to circle around. Now then, we're going to go into super slow-mo. Take a look, quick little thingy this way. Unfortunately, they didn't fire. There we go. One of them somehow missed. There we go. He just fired. You go right there, you go right there. And these sonars are just ridiculously strong, by the way. Or the focus blasts, rather. Like, it's just not even funny how strong they are. There we go. They'll take out these in one shot. Really don't care about the supply ship, so let's just get out of here. You do you, sir. Alright, they're going to be out of commission for a while, but there we go. 8 alloys from that. No problem. You know what? Actually, let's just back out and take that auto-resolve. Probably going to get a lower chance now that we've left. Probably going to be squad 2. Eh, whatever. 4%. Yeah, just probably put a bunch of missiles on it. Or I guess we can put one of these focus lenses on it and see what happens. Foxtrot can go slowly. Fire a bunch of the slow-mo missiles. Fire your thingy. I don't think it actually managed to fire it. Oh well. You know what? We can probably send that other team now to get that free auto-resolve. Because that Foxtrot almost took care of it. Can probably get a little bit more out of it that way. Hello there, Mr. Vale. Very caffeinated Spudmas, belated, of course. Likewise, I hope yours went awesome. Was a little bit unclear what was going on your end there. I mean, I know you were in Florida. That was looked like an interesting trip there. Didn't know how many crabs you stepped on. Yeah, I apologize for all of the coughing this time around. Still managing to get that nice and happy cough going. It's funny because they just insta-melt now. Yeah, these focus blasts are friggin' strong. But yeah, basically what I was saying earlier is this run is technically very close to being complete. There we go. Let's go ahead and airstrike that. Sure. Take that one as well. 4 Cesians. And I almost want to go and do that one just because it's a shuttle. Alrighty. You know what? I think we are gonna go take that one because it should just be a couple turns of absolutely nothing. Direwolf. How? You know what? We can use direwolf suits for this. It's a decent use of them. So we got one flamethrower, another flamethrower, another flamethrower, another flamethrower, another flamethrower. I think you're getting the general gist of this theme here. We have what I like to call the fireworks shotgun. This thing's pretty baller. Not gonna use it for this one. Actually, I think we're gonna want to get a mag rifle for this one. Give everybody a med kit or so. And yeah, for that whole base raid thing, we're gonna be bringing a crazy amount of med kits because that was a major problem before. Let's see, we went to Florida for Christmas. It's only confusing because it's Florida, so it always sounds crazy to describe it to somebody else. Exactly. Like that time you get attacked by an alligator and try to figure out what happened to all your flamingos. Having a cough is annoying. Okay, let's go ahead and get a few more people in here. Mostly because this has a chance to give them a few extra points to work with. It probably won't be any kind of major life-changing event for them, but it's something. Okay, probably just give them all Sentinel suits, though. It's funny, it's power armor that they can fly in. And the main... Actually, it's funny, the main reason I started looking at Sentinel suits wasn't even because it's, you know, because it can fly or because it gives you all those decent stats or anything. It was literally just because, hey, I just noticed these things can run in fire. So technically speaking, if we set the entire base on fire, I mean, there's nothing they can do about that. And, yeah, that theory turned out to be way more correct than I ever would have imagined. So, yeah, it was nice stuff. Most of these folks probably don't even need a reload, but they're going to have it anyway. Since, you know, shuttles are kind of just your day out type of stuff. The nice thing is, with plasma throwers, they melt everything. Apparently everything that isn't a Praetor, that is. Found that out real interesting like. So hopefully we get something similar happening to last time. And yes, unfortunately it isn't a blind, oh crap, look what was just discovered kind of thing, but oh well. Oh, I did actually figure out this last time. The ultra cheap cars can use friggin' like mini nukes, so yeah, that's... we need a name for this car, by the way, Mr. Vale. See, out-of-towners who go to Florida: Disney, Busch Gardens, Universal Studios, Orlando, and the beach. Yep, and hopefully when you get to the beach it isn't currently having red tide, because every time that I've brought my wife down there, trying to say like, hey look, you know, Sarasota's beaches are amazing, let's go friggin' swim in them, and there's just dead fish everywhere. She's like, are you crazy? I mean, I know you're partially crazy, but are you this crazy? And I was like, oh, don't know what to tell you, I'm sorry. Everything was not this dead when I was first hoping to come down here. Gotta love red tide season. Okay, so this needs a name. What do we call a thing that runs around chucking friggin' nukes everywhere? And no, we can't call it Mini Korea. I don't know. But while we're waiting on that, this big awesomeness is going to be renamed Cuddles. Just, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway. Actually, you know what? What? There we go. There we go. See, you made it back. You made it back, ultimately. Alright, I don't think we have any air superiority to worry about. Yeah, all those are out of here. So let's go deal with that. Auto-resolve that one. Get a bunch of alloys. See, this is why I was saying that we're just going to fart out alloys, basically. Okay, supply run, we're not even bothering to... Actually, you know what? We're going to attack that supply ship to take their escorts out, but their actual missions, we're going to let them carry through with it. Because that will be what spawns that one of those last two missions that we actually need to take. So, it's certainly doable. Now, unfortunately, we wound up on a white mission. Night mission. Oh, hey, look. Is the ship. Let's fire a missile at it. Oh, man. That is a big, pretty boom right there. I likes it. Alright. So, let's go ahead and form up on this wall, I think. Because it's a shuttle, so they should all be starting inside of it. They might insta-destroy this thing, by the way. That's, it's possible. Hopefully they won't. More than likely, since we outnumber them and overpower them like absolutely crazy, more than likely what's going to happen is they're just going to wait till we get close to the door. But the thing is, we're going to try to vaporize the entirety of them before we ever get close to that door, so... yeah. We're basically doing the same thing that we did in Phase 2. we're just basically annihilating everything with absolutely no mercy. Alright. Away we go. Alright, locals firing with lasers. Okie doke, that was uneventful. Alright. And let's fire one right there. Nice. As the game tries to calculate the ridiculousness of that explosion. Alright. Let's put a couple of our dudes up front here. We'll go ahead and put some down this way. Yeah, the balancing on this... holy crap, this guy's name can barely fit in the box. Yeah, the balancing on this direwolf is weird. I just really don't see... I kind of blindly went for it, to be perfectly honest. And I really shouldn't have. Because it was just the end-all, be-all, greatest thing ever last time. And unfortunately, now I'm seeing the severe limitations of the stuff, but it's way too late to get refunds for it, so... you know, whatever. Now, also, another fun thing that comes from this is, yeah, your units can stand and fire in Sentinel suits, but they constantly try to avoid it anyway, which, okay, fair enough, but then you get some weird Galaxy Brain type stuff where they try to, like, you tell them to go into a fire thing, and they're like, wait, what if I make 4 circles around the entire place and just avoid it entirely? Like, yeah, but I want you to step into the fire because you're immune to it. So, yeah. And that's another thing. Direwolf suits don't get that. Like, I just feel like the Direwolf is pretty much a flat downgrade to the Sentinel. And I mean that in terms of their resource costs are very similar, too. So, yeah. Anywho. Let us be goats. Sounds like some of them are trying to drive out. Yeah, there's one. And they're trying to avoid all that fire. They're like, oh man, what if I hide by this fence? Well, you get burned is what happens. Nah, they're gonna scatter everywhere. Stop making it take a while. Nah. We're literally only here for the alloys from the shuttle. You douche. Fine. Will take slightly longer then. How did you even survive that is the question. How did you even miss that is another question. But yeah, the downside of Xenomorph missions is this constant thing of, can I have my turn now? Which, by the way, I was actually planning to do a Cesian spawn here when it came to the plan originally. Let's fire it over here, I think. Just for safety's sake. Yeah, there we go. Delete a bunch of stuff over there. Delete a bunch of stuff over here. Perfect. And yeah, it takes the game a second. I don't know why it's being kind of laggy. Oh well. Let's put you over this way. You see a dude. You melt a dude. Neato. Now then, those ones on the left, are they carrying anything? Why is it being so laggy? Game, stop being laggy. Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of gas there. We can't really walk into it at the moment. Yeah, if you would walk over this way and delete that one. Huh. Alright, is that the mission? I probably should have checked if those people on the ground had anything that would get deleted. See, native Floridians go to the nuclear power plant to find manatees, go kayaking in mangroves, and get attacked by tree crabs. Steal sand to build fire in suburbs. It's not wrong. My brother has a sand fire pit. Why is this so laggy? Hang on. You know what? Let me double check what's going on here. There must be something to this. Yeah, meanwhile, real Michiganders over here constantly have an issue of just having colds forever. Okay. What the hell am I looking at here? No, that's taking some juices. What is taking all my juices? Not that this thing's terribly impressive, mind you, but... whatever, screw it. Back to it then. Leave Michigan? No. Though, to be fair, we have talked about it before. But, probably no. Also, hello there, Evan. How's stuff? But yeah, the colds are super annoying. Although, granted, part of it is because pretty much myself and all our relatives here have kids, so as soon as one person gets it, suddenly the entire extended family gets it, and it just goes and goes and goes. Now, interesting thing about this situation, by the way, despite the fact that enclosed helmets are a thing here, the stun gas still gets through somehow. I'm not sure why, but such is just how it goes. So I'd assume, I think it's a fair assumption here to say that the last things are somehow still in that UFO, despite the fact that it's been hit with like a friggin' portable nuke, but whatever. Not to mention their generator exploded inside. If it's anything like the last one, they probably had a queen in there too, because they love doing that. Not a fan of the warmth, but 2 pulmonary embolisms. There they go. Feels amazing to be in a state that has oxygen in the air. You'd probably love New Mexico then. Alright. This Centurion right there is being a douche, because I can't actually do anything. If anything other than stun takes him out, everyone that's in that circle is just kind of dead on technicality. Unless... Yeah, there's that queen. You dickhead! That better not have just deleted somebody. Again, with the question of how on earth did they survive, but whatever. Hopefully... Come on. Go away with some of this gas. By the way, I again, don't know why it's being so slow right now. In fact... There we go. Bleeding. Yada, yada, yada. Let's put you up this way. And just say goodbye to that. There we go. Nice big boom. It's deleted. If we go in... Wait, you're the one with the zappy gun. Say you were to zapify this thing. Would it go down? That is a negative. Alright. You're gonna fly then. So they're just gonna fly way up in the air, because this is probably the last unit. But I can't really revive anyone else without getting knocked out. Their scratches shouldn't do anything against these guys. And they shouldn't be able to shoot. You're going to double check to make sure that there's nothing else left inside that stupid thing. Or... I mean, I guess you're fine right there. Or just fire at it. Just in case anything decides to still be alive somehow. See, the oxygen in Florida might not be oxygen at all based on the memes. Yeah, no, it's probably made of, like, flying crocodile manatees. Maybe it's just the exhalant of old people just completely high on pills. It's unclear, but... Alright, let's see if this knocks you out. Alright, you see a unit. Where? Where do you see a unit? Right there. Alright. That's fixable. But you can kind of see now why this is the kind of setup I was going for. What just popped? Okay, I think there was a civilian guy right there that we just barbecued. In a weird mix of, like, fire, lasers, and poison. But it's fine. I mean, we're saving the world this way, so it's okay. It all balances out. And then, yeah, I can't really fire at this guy, so I'm just going to go this way. Or rather, I don't want to fire at that guy, so let's put it that way. You need to put that flamethrower away and pull out your med kit. And then here's just hoping that if we scatter about to the far corners of the universe, they decide to go for that instead. Is this lag showing up as bad on your guys' end, by the way, or is it just on mine? second. Did you play into the beach? There's some lag. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. This game does not lag. It does not use the resources with which lagging would be possible. You know what? Here, let me check something else. Is there a vast being screwy? Not be... Yeah. Why can't it be completed? Alright, what else is up here? Might give me some issues. And Hamachi's not really doing anything, so... I don't know. This is... It's bizarre. Fine, whatever. Just yell at me, then. Just tell me it can't be done. Alright. Back to it. Beach Not Beach, made by the same guys who did FTL. Oh, Breach! I've watched a decent bit of it, and absolutely love the ideas there, but haven't actually had the means to play it now. It looked really awesome. Like the whole premise of like running around. Oh, that's hilarious! He's running around in circles trying to figure out why he can't reach that tile. That's really cool. Okay, so with the gas gone, we should be... Oh, it's a beige-toid. Look at him trying to be useful. He's like, oh man, Doctor Guy's totally got this covered. Comes out with his little dinky pistol. His little xenomorph friend comes over to give him a hug. Xenomorphs are annoying, because they mostly just take time. And then they overwhelm me with poison and stuff. Tree crab thing, frenzy. Yeah, that thing seemed like a fun time. But yeah, I think we'll be able to start the fort raid after this. As soon as that supply ship lands. Maybe we can use all the resources to build a couple more Predator suits. As we slowly spin around, because this map is lagging like crazy. Alright. I can almost fire twice. Boom. Alright, fair enough. Anytime you're done loading, that'd be fantastic. Now, there's also a big boy right there. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and run away from him for the moment. And let somebody else come deal with that. I think... Optimal approach here, as long as this doesn't vaporize everybody, is to do this. Alright, that was not fantastic, but whatever. And then we'll do one of these. And also completely whiffed. Okay, so that could have gone better, but oh well. Drive a few feet forward. You can take a couple steps away. Honestly, if this ends up deleting this thing, I'm not terribly concerned, so it's fine. They're actually very replaceable. Like, fusion launcher hunters make me wonder why on earth I was building Seekers before. Because, yeah, they take no resources to put together. They're basically like $7,500, and that's it. And this thing costs inexplicably about the same price as a friggin' used car, and... yeah. It's a bit more useful than a used car. Who else is around? I suppose you might want to do some useful stuff. No. You don't really have the means. These guys are going to run around to waste their TUs a little bit. You're just going to land and get some of these people on their feet. Alright, you get this one up. Now, if you're wondering why I'm bothering with getting everybody back up here, it's just because there's a small chance that if I don't, we're not going to be able to recover their things, which I want to be able to do. If I step here, do you pass out? Yeah, you do. Okay, well, we need to get that corrected too. That's fine. Everybody wake up. Actually, how does it handle this? Can I wake them both up in the same round? Huh. Alright. We'll see how it handles that situation, if it just revives them both or what. Alright. So you don't want it to rain crabs on me? Well, don't live close to Vegas. So anyway, how was everybody's overall Christmas-type action, though? Hopefully y'all managed to avoid all that chaos. Avoid all the family drama and people running out of churches screaming and all that kind of nonsense. See, there was a horror movie moment where we saw the crabs on the trees and said at least they aren't on the branches above us. Vision slowly panned up until I was eye level with a crab. Nice. Alright, well, let's pretend these are crabs then, and end some nightmares. Splat. There they go. And give me that nice little success screen. There we go. Lightning McShotty promoted to a sergeant. We got a data core because everything else got vaporized. And no big fusses were had. Alright. Hopefully the game will be done lagging now for whatever that was all about. We'll go ahead and send you, as well as a few other planes here, just to make sure that we can take away those unfortunate helpers there. Yeah, there we go. That should do it. 25%. I do believe we can make that 100%. Slow it down just slightly. There we go. Put them right around here. Alright. Take a right roll and leave. And there we go. See? No problem. So the Corvettes just don't matter at all at this point. They're just free money, basically. But, again, we're almost at 13 mil. We're doing alright. Considering that you would never even get about half that much in the base game, I think we're doing decently. Alright. So we're going to pretend that we don't want them to land. Even though we absolutely want them to succeed in resplaying that base into a fortress. Yeah, unfortunately, this focus blast takes a little bit of finesse sometimes. Sometimes it just doesn't want to fire. Like right there. Yeah, died doing absolutely nothing. I mean, even if we don't get these, it's fine. It's actually funny because we have like let me check how many hunters we actually have at this point. I think it's actually lagging from having to keep all this data on hand. Fallen alien hunters. We have a pile of 31 just destroyed fighters sitting somewhere in a box. Alright. Alright. No need to be on tails, actually. You can just fly by these things and be perfectly fine. They literally don't even have to do anything. These things will melt. Actually, this is a bomber carrier. Try to scratch it at least, I guess. No, who cares? Just leave. For some reason, that whole situation just caused their anti-missiles not to work. That's fine. Let's see. Christmas went okay. Played a game of Clue. Got 7 new Griffin books to read, plus Fire Emblem, 3 houses. Nice! Let me know how it goes. I've heard it's pretty dang awesome. Sarah's playing Chocobo's Dungeon. Everybody on Switch right now? Jealous. Y'all people with your Switches. I mean, to be fair... just take that 100%, sure. was funny because was offered a Switch at one point. I'm like, no, we really don't want to spend that right now. It's like, are you sure? Yes. Please don't spend money on me. Anyway. 18 missiles. Wow, this team could not be worse for this. What the hell? What am I doing here? Just leave. It can literally just bomb everything and it doesn't even matter. Alright, so now we're going to do a tried and true strategy called bum rushing in the face. They will just run straight into it and hope it dies. There we go, there's one almost dead. You might be wondering, like, hey, isn't that a problem that we're losing these planes everywhere? Surprisingly not. This is disturbingly free in many ways. There we go, we'll just send you out. You go deal with it. So they're going to upgrade that into a fortress, and then we're going to have a good time. This one's just going to run around doing map events, unless it decides to spawn an aerial raid, in which case it'll cost a bit more, but we'll deal with it. Let's see, drone mech DSBs, anything we want to do here? No, we want to take part in one of these so that we can make another hunter. There we go. Yes. We'll get more alloys in a moment. We're trying to shoot them down. I just love this idea of just the engineering department sitting around like, sir, we need more materials if you could. Just like, hold on, hang on, we're trying to shoot it out of the sky, okay? It's like some friggin' Terraria crap going on. Alright, let's send those three out. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, well, thanks for not even bothering then. Alright, how are we doing on alloys? We're doing surprisingly okay on alloys. I think we can make more plasma throwers, though. We can make at least one. That's fine. Because, yeah, plasma throwers seem like the ultimate weapon there. It's only 2 of each type of core, so they're pretty cheap to make. They don't take any alloys, which is pretty unique. They're just awesome. So we need more ballistic cores, so yeah, take apart 12 of those. You should be done in about 5 seconds. We can probably start firing some of our scientists, actually. Because, why can't I fire them? Oh, we need to fire some of our engineers. I still might need them. So maybe not. I guess we're fine as far as that goes. See, while we really didn't need to look for a Switch, someone a brand new Switch instead of cash to pay for books. Nice! Man, that is a sweet deal right there. Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as barter goes, if you ever try to run a little store, you see that kind of stuff all the time. It's pretty awesome when it happens. I'm sure there's lots of stuff like that that goes on Craigslist. But you never know. You never know. Okay, so there we go. Everything's been repaired. Unfortunately, it didn't receive enough points to turn into a full-blown fortress. But that's fine. We'll give them some time. We gotta wait. You know, we gotta keep flowering or not flowering. We gotta keep watering our base until it turns into a fort. Gotta take care of it. You know. Okay, energy cores. Sure. Give me some of them. I think we have way too many, but we'll see what we get. All of this will make sense soon. What about ballistic cores? Yeah, there we go. Make 7. The only thing about plasma throwers is they take way too long to make. Like, I think they take 2 days per one or something. Where's plasma throwers? There we go, we got plenty. I can make another 8. Or hell, you know what, just make like 20 of them. Which, again, might seem excessive. This will make sense later. Because so far we know that this can kill everything we've come across. There's not a single unit so far that has been able to survive the plasma thrower. Ooh, air superiority, you say? I say dead. So that works pretty well, too. Research shuttle, make it die. Supply run, take away its stuff, but leave it alone otherwise. Research Corvette, sure, go do unfortunate things to it. Research, I think research speeds up their timer, but I'm not sure. I really have no idea what their research does, because I know in original, like XCOM and all that, it would speed up their timer, but it's unclear what they actually do here. Bombing run. Try to do something to it, I guess. And a scout. Oh, piss off with all your ridiculous amounts of things in the air. Alright. I don't know about quick, don't know about painless, but what I do know is definitely this. Just the word this, I know it exists. There we go, something happened, maybe it died. It did okay damage. We're okay just bum rushing the fighters, it's fine. We're just putting on an act at this point. Alright. No need for that either. Alright, a couple more Gauss cannon passes. You can leave, you can leave, you can weave. Alright, you can leave too. Done deal. Okay, so did they all leave or what? Alright, let's see. Not accept tree crabs as payment. How about other crabs like horseshoe crabs? 4 is the best you can offer. Man, horseshoe crabs are freaky looking. Just something about everything about them is unsettling, you know? They're just like a little disturbing Roomba thing. Which, speaking of, if anybody ever needed to barter for like a month's worth of assistance work, we could totally go for a Roomba. Actually, it's funny because we every single time we go to any store that has Roombas, we like, oh man, we'll totally afford this someday. And like looking at the price tag, it's like, these were $100 at some point. Why are they up to 400? Why does this keep going up? This is looking a little bit disturbing. I don't know. But yeah, them things are pricey. A little bit too pricey. Alright, let's turn off those anti-missiles that I shouldn't have been using in the first place. Alright, let's put you this way, put you this way. See if we can't get them all stacked up a little ways. Alright, you can leave, you can weave, you can weave. Yeah, we might not even need to do the auto-resolve. There we go. See, horseshoe crab blood is blue and uses copper instead of iron, so luminol won't grow in its reactions to it. See, on car raids will make up feline detective murder mysteries. Horseshoe crab nearly got away with it because his blood didn't show up on luminol tests. God, that's specific. But seriously though, why are they so freaky? Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and leave. That heavy scout can just do its thing. I don't care. 35%. I've got a better idea. How about 100%? Alright. So you target this one. You're already targeting... Okay. Everyone fires away. The funny part is that they might actually pull this off. No, Lotus, keep firing your mines! Aw. Wait, how are they undamaged? What the hell? That's bizarre. Those mines should have hit all of them. Yeah, seriously, that's That is some crap. I think I just got robbed. I'm assuming those mines got shot out by anti-missiles or something, but our anti-missiles don't do that. Wait, what? Ah, whatever. Send some heavy fighters. They'll take care of it. They'll do the thing. What is this one? Missile Corvette. Yeah, something they really got to add for Xeno 2 is the ability to do the whole drag and drop box thing. Right. You're going to be doing something or other. You go that way. You go this way. This entire part is literally just going to be air game. Okay, so playing Star Ocean First Departure on MC's... Heh. Nothing one's up before Star Ocean Second Story. Huh. Yeah, it's funny. I heard those were pretty good. I've never played those particular ones because every time I get confused and start playing Phantasy Star instead, because they try to go for similar markets. All right. Yeah, Foxtrot's gonna die here. That's fine. Man, I hate this cough. It's like of all the most unnecessary friggin' features on the human body, you know. It's like I'm just gonna go ahead and set up this kind of thing where your throat will just self-destruct while everything else actually tries to make you feel better. Like, I feel like the throat is just that part of that part of the office, basically, where they're just panicking at the last second because they got nothing done. They're just like, well, we got to make it look like something happened. And they're just like, I have an idea. Let's set the entire throat on fire and just call it good. That'll make it look like we're doing work. All right. You're done. I don't even care that that happens. There we go. And that'll do it. That's another one down. Not that we really need to even do these anymore. We can literally just shoot down one cruiser per month and be perfectly safe. But I just want to be absolutely certain that we're not wasting anything, so yeah, just to give me that auto-resolve, give me them alloys. These guys supplying? Good, get on it. See if I can't get some resources out of that. If I send the hunter and a couple of these other things, should hopefully be able to strip off the fighters before anything else happens. Are you doing a base attack? No. Like, unless it's a base attack, I really don't care. The Terra missions I can't really stop with any degree of certainty. If everything works out perfectly, I can sort of have a chance of taking one out, but realistically, it's not much of a thing. There we go. And it's dead, and we can just go ahead and get out of here then. Fantastic. You do your thing, little supply ship, and thank you for the parts. Mr. Bomber Guy. We need to attack your buddies. Thank you, thank you. Go. Free for all was a success, and now we can leave. This carrier over here is like, I don't understand, guys. What just happened? Why did you leave? Why did you just take out my buddies? What did we just intercept here? Just leave. We don't care about that anymore. Okay. Fortress. There we go. The mission is here. Now we wait for daytime, and we set it up. Now, you might be saying, wait a minute, what about getting the Valkyrie? What about getting better armor? What about getting better weapons? Again, this is the same stuff that's been around for months now. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Okay, it'll be daytime by the time we get there. I don't think it makes a difference, but just in case it does. I know we're underground, but it's fine. Okay. Got our full team here. If anyone's got names for the Suicide Squad here, do let me know. So, okay. We need to load everybody up with everything. Surprisingly, these things are terrifyingly ammo efficient, so we only need, like, maybe 15 tanks to take out the entire base. So I'm going to take a couple extra batteries for the old fireworks shotgun. It's not for now. That'll be for later. To give you an idea of what we're going for here, originally I was going for a Cesian one, a Cesian Fortress. So between the three different kinds, the Androns, so the robots, they don't have a Praetor that's guiding them. They're just automatons, so taking out their fort is basically pointless. If you go for a Cesian one, a good third of their team will automatically teleport into the room you're in, which is actually pretty beneficial because you can block off both doors, and then you can just create a situation where you've eliminated a third of their team right from the get-go. The problem there is that Xenomorphs loves to hide around the corners, so even if you put shock charges through the door and just basically electrocute the mass bulk of them, you're going to have a problem, because somewhere there will be queens and other such things, and if one gets through, they start basically destroying your stuff. So it's problematic. Anyway, hang on one second. But yeah, so it's problematic to deal with all their nonsense. So from there we have the civilians, which the lizards themselves, normally their bulk is the main problem. The plasma thrower will gladly delete them in one reasonable range burst. From longer ranges it may take 2, maybe 3, but still, if everybody's packing one of these, it's not a problem. The Reapers sometimes take 1 or 2 shots, but they're a similar thing. They need to move a long distance to be threatening, so most of the time they actually get into close range before anything, allowing you to take a step back and burninate them, and it's no big deal. Not to mention their AI is a little bit funky sometimes, so they'll just apparently run straight up to a tank and just gladly let themselves get offed. I'm not sure why. They're just a little bit special like that. Who knows? Anywho, we are taking this right here. I like to call it the Fireworks Shotgun, just because it's weirdly got a unique shooting effect. It, like, throws a bunch of sparks out there. Its main gimmick, fighting-wise, it's basically an upgrade over the laser carbine and most of the stuff that it can do, but it basically only has burst fire, and it can fire twice, basically, per round, and can do so very cheaply. So as far as getting rid of energy defense, that's going to be like the big boy gun right there. That's going to be the best thing for that. At least the best thing that I actually want to be using. For everything else, we're going to have other weapons. So flamethrowers for the majority of the base, a bunch of shotguns for the final room there. Going to be putting a bunch of shock charges, because the thing is, we need to lower the Praetor's energy defense in order to get a shock charge to actually knock it out. Because if I can frickin' find them here, because I keep getting off track, these things do energy damage. So they'll ignore 20 armor, but they need to get through that bottom 5 apparently to be able to actually do damage. That's how I understand it, anyway. So we're basically going to do that. And yes, exactly, it's X Division. It's a fun mod. We're basically setting up for the second to last mission, if all goes well. Now, direwolf suits are all well and good, but they're kind of garbage compared to Sentinel, so we're just going to go for that. I'm going to want all of my shock charges. I don't know how many tries this will take. Last time, I'm pretty sure that was just luck, because it flat out resisted it 2 of those times, so... Or was it 3? Whatever it was, that attempt was like, it felt like a 1 in a million. I don't think we're going to be seeing that kind of stuff again. Anyway, heavy flash grenades, advanced flash grenades, because what I want is to be able to go in there, suppress it, and then break its armor down. So that's our plan here. Wait, suppression 80. What? Doesn't this do 100? Huh. Hang on, so is it these ones that do 100? I can't tell because you're currently equipping them. What do they do? Can I find out or no? Tell me what they do. Give me tooltips. I assume it's the one that does 100. Anywho. Yeah, so we're mostly going to be running Sentinel suits here. The main benefit is that, yeah, we can set the entire place on fire and not have to worry about actually stepping in fire. So there we go. We're going to replace this with a shield and shock gun. That'll be the thing that more than likely ends up winning this, actually. So there we go. Not a shock cannon, a shock gun. This thing's a decent bit lighter than it used to be. In the original version that I played, this thing weighed like... I want to say it ended up taking like a good 4 or 5 pips off here. See, don't let him get away without naming Randy Tree Crab Randerson. Alright, well... There we go. You got your dude. If anybody else has names for this team... Please do. Oh, there we go. You actually told me. Sorry. If anyone else has names that they'd like to see for this team, do let me know, so we can get that in there. So one thing I found out just recently, because Sharon was talking about this, it turns out all weapon types actually reduce armor. Not just, or rather, both ballistic and energy reduce both ballistic and energy at the same time. I thought it was just like ballistic reduced ballistic, energy reduced energy. But yeah, no, it looks like it's a round the board removal there, which does suddenly make a lot more sense in some ways. So I'm gonna keep. I need a minigun for the final room. This isn't the person I'm gonna use it for, but actually I probably should use it on somebody throughout the thing, huh? You want to be a minigunner? Yeah, you have enough TUs to pull it off. Yeah, this guy I feel like just needs to keep his name just because of how friggin' majestic that is. Alright, I'm gonna give him 3 belts. I would assume that's gonna be enough. Maybe a 4th one for good measure. We're gonna have some issues, like pretty much keeping everything else manned but flamethrowers. But these things will be absolutely indispensable. This thing's mostly going to be for suppression, by the way. So we don't want to spread this out too much. Yeah, you're going to be a flamethrower. This is going to be kind of the default sort of trooper-ish setup here. I want to have 1 medkit in case they're planning to bleed. Want to have a minigunner for suppression. I want to have you for stun. However, you're also going to get a shield, a heavy shield, to carry along with you. On top of that, you are going to carry... We're going to need at least 1 knife. Because we're going to want knife and shield to be opening doors for the very last of it. In fact, I think we'll just leave it at 1 knife. So yeah, knife and shield is going to be for the final door. Now, the reason that we do that, you basically use the shield to run up, then you basically open up doors with the knife just because it gives you a reaction modifier. So it's a nice little handy bit of cheese there. We'll put all these up here. I don't realistically expect to need that many shots with this. Also, one second, I need a drink. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Also, hi there, Heaven's Fury. How's it going? Alright, and then let's stick one more shock charge here. I almost wonder if we don't want to use these. See, I'm thinking, like, the last time that we did that whole civilian base thing, right? There were a bunch of important dudes in one room, so I'm figuring if we chuck, like, 4 of these things in there, just to make sure that as many are knocked out as possible, then go in with a minigun, and then go in with a shotgun, and then go in with a bunch of flash grenades to hopefully put the Praetor on the ground. I don't even remember if they can be suppressed. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Not sure. Wow, this cold is annoying. It's funny because I was originally going to do that whole Tactics Ogre thing today, and then wound up not doing it just because my nose is being a pain in the nose. Okay, so we need a few more flamethrowers. Like, everyone will not need to reload more than twice. I can tell you that right now. But just on the off chance of anything, we don't want to risk it. So give me another Predator suit. The Predators are mostly for the sake of, like, bulking around. Alright. We need... Got plenty of flamethrowers there. You need another one, because these things are amazing. So yeah, by the way, Heaven's Fury and other folks that just showed up, if you've got any names that you'd like to suggest, go for it. This is basically the team that's going in that hopefully at least half will make it out. It's potentially a feature there. I almost wonder if I should make some advanced stun now that I think about it. I mean, the shock charges will do the same thing more reliably. Lizards can kind of out-heal it. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it. And yeah, these flash grenades are only going to be for the final room, by the way. Not worry about it for anything else. Yeah, it probably wouldn't hurt to carry a second shield along. Those 2 sets of shields would definitely help. Definitely more medkits. All the medkits. Okay. And probably more ammo as well. Let's see, let's give you one more tank. Then probably want SMGs as well. Want somebody with shield and SMG here. Hello there, Mr. Cow. How's it going? I just noticed the mag pistol. Probably should have gone for that, but I do have some of these right here. So 22 times 8 with a decent bit of mitigation. Mostly just useful as a anti-reaper measure. So I think let's give you a couple magazines for that. And yes, you'll notice that those are the same ones that we've been using since the start of the dang game, practically. I almost want to stick them on one of those guys. Though realistically, flamethrowers are what we're going to want. Alright. We're going to bring 2 of those. Total of 3 reloads per, sure. That's fine. All of the medkits. On you. 3 medkits on you. Some plasma charges. In case we need them for something or other. More smoke, I guess. There we go. Make that last room a little bit easier. More smoke on you. Can't really think of what else we might need here. Literally just throwing stuff into the pile at this point. We're just filling up the old trunk, as it were. Of course, the downside of all this is we're going to have to redo all this stuff every... jeez. Okay, quick question. Will anybody be terribly fussed, for the sake of the whole Ironman rule set thing, if, whenever we go into a mission, since I'm basically respawning the same one, if I save time by just basically seeing if it's Cesian or Civilian right away? Because it basically just loads it the second you get there, so mostly it's just going to be one of those cases where you go in, it's like, okay, do we have to pick everything up and leave again, or what are we doing here kind of situations. Alright. What am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting something. That's why I keep going through all the menus here. So I have my fireworks shotgun. I need one more shotgun. Actually, no, I have the div SMGs for that. I do want this auto shotty. Alright, let's get rid of you. Yes, yes, yes. I know you're unable to use it, but just take it. Just carry it with you. It's your friend. There we go. So I want to have the auto shotty. I have the fireworks shotty. I have the flashes, have the smokes, have medkits, have charges. Need more charges. Alright. Put a couple charges there. What else might we need? Do we want to use an axe? You know, I kind of want to bring one for good measure. Yeah, let's do that. Bring an axe. Bring some stone batons. I don't think this can even get through... Wait, 100 mitigation. Yeah, bring these. I didn't know these mitigated. Well, crap, that would have been real handy to know. I mean, they don't do much, but we can just go LAPD on something if we wanted. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're fine then. Okay. So, Mr. Cow, you are on this team. Let's see. We've got a Heaven's Fury over there. I want to say you've been around before, but then died on a terror mission. I'm not 100% certain. Let's see. We've got... I believe Evan... No, this was supposed to be, like Evan 2.0 or something. Alright, whatever. You're Zombie Evan. With your sweet mustache. Tree Crab Randerson. We got Sophie Simmons. The Librarianator, as you do. Got this guy with his ridiculously majestic name. Alright, anybody else want to shove a name out there? However stupid they might be. Because there's a maybe 2% chance of any of these folks coming back, so... You know, gotta at least make them go out with a chuckle, you know? It's actually funny, because this thing probably will only be useful for taking out certain things. It's basically just a giant suppression gun. We probably want to bring another shotgun, actually. Alright. Now, it might be presumptive of me, quite frankly, but the way that I'm seeing this all playing out, burn our way through the entire base. Hopefully get the one with, like, 2 hallways going outwards. Oh, it's kind of want everyone to be tree crab blah. Huh. Oh, I want to call him Bill the Bob. So there we go, Tree Crab Bill. His name was Navarro, so he is now Tree Crab Fallout. This guy's name is just too amazing to change. We've got the Librarianator. Who will now be Tree Crab University. We've got Tree Crab Randerson, Zombie Evan. who is now Tree Crab Zombie Evan. Except he went out burning lizards last time, so Tree Crab Evan burns. We got Heaven's Fury. Well, I mean, can't change that. Lord Cowbeef. Not enough room for that. And there we go. Tree Crab Rose. Oh, we have another person who isn't carrying stuff. I guess we'll bring along a couple of extra shock cannons then? Then we can just really lay into that guy at the very end. And then I'm just going to do one last check to see how many plasma thrower tanks we have. So I want to make sure we have at least 10 of them things. Then one more med kit. See, the thing about doing a Cesian base versus a lizard base is basically if one of the random grunts gets through the door at any point and then just sits on top of the med kits and dies, they've just melted away all our medical supplies. So we'd be kind of SOL at that point. Anywho, so we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I'd say that's more than enough. I feel like this is enough. So what I'm going to do, if nobody objects here, is basically when we go to this fort here, I'm basically just going to go there, let it play for one round, and then redo the deployment thing to know whether it's the right base. Anybody have any objections to that? Because I could put the stuff down, collect it all, leave, do that crap over and over again, but it will basically just delete stuff. In some cases, like even if I leave with the shock charges, for example, they're just deleted out of the inventory. Like I can know whether it's one of the ones with a Praetor. Like right here, I know that this is not the right base. This is an Andron base because it didn't tell me there's a Praetor. So I can just go ahead and just leave. Alright. Then we go back. Go back to the fort. Engage. And just so you know, we're probably leaving in just a sec here anyway. Because I have to go get some stuff done before the end of the day. There we go. Praetor present. Alright. Got stuff here. Oh wait, right, I said I would do the thing. So is this the right kind of base? No. I guess technically speaking, this is not the best way to do it. Because really, what I could do is just move them all. Huh. Yes. Because now we just gotta wait for this turn forever. Blah. Just notice, so basically what's going on in my head here right now is that, yeah, technically there is a way to do this without reloading it over and over. Which I guess I kind of sort of did. Because she's over here, because the power armor guys are not overweight right now, so they can actually move, everybody else can't move. That's why I was asking, because we'd basically be dumping off all their gear. So, yeah, there we go. You can go back. You can go back. You can go here. And it's kind of awkward because they have to use 2 of the tiles, and there we go. See what happens if you just fire right there. Wah, wah, and then we leave. Har, har. But yeah, as you can see, Phase 4 units, like, it's, the flamethrower still gets them real good. That was the basic variant, sure, like one of the basic runs, but all variants, if it's a decent shot from the flamethrower, they're just dead. the thing might be a little bit OP, is the thing. Alright, Praetor is present. Ooh, and we got one of these, too. Alright, here's how we do this. Unless somebody gets mind-controlled instantly, which should be impossible. There we go, we'll just leave a nice little gap for the car to go into. So, if stuff starts teleporting in, then it's the wrong base. If it doesn't, then it's the right base. I don't know the layout of this one exactly, but I do know the first couple rooms if it's the one I'm thinking of. Because this should be the one where we spawned kind of close to the center of the map, but off to the left. This is one of the ones that, if the layout is actually positioned correctly, would be one of the ones that I could do fortress rushes last time. When we wound up in that permanent stalemate. Yeah, this is going to be the right kind of base. So anyway, this is the base that we're going to be doing next time then. Quick vote. So for tomorrow, I'm going to have one more that I can actually do this year. So for tomorrow, do we want to do this fort, or do we want to continue on with the solo TO run? Because I want to do the mana thing when I'm actually feeling better. I would prefer one of the more technical ones while having to pause for coughing and things like that. So, quick vote, if anybody feels like voting. Because this turn is taking forever. Also, hang on, I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back. And it sounds like it's going to be a TO day tomorrow, so fantastic. So yeah, basically that run, by the way, it seemed like it got to a deadlock last time. I ended up just going and off-screening that really tedious random fight until I finally got that right spawn again. So we can just hopefully continue on with the actual proper version of that fight that was having issues. And then from there, once that one's done, it's just smooth sailing to the end for the most part. We'll see if we go for that whole Dragon Slayer thing, in which case it might be a bit more difficult, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so I will see you guys tomorrow then. So yeah, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a fantastic New Year's Eve, and yeah, take care.